Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Inex Joy, and today we are looking at messages from Mother Gaia. So any earthbound messages that want to come to you at this time is what we're going to be channeling today. And I thought it'd be nice because of the eclipse season coming up and all of this chaotic, faded energy, just to have some balancing, nice, grounding Mother Gaia energy to help us just move through this as best as possible. Today we have 4 piles for you. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. Please feel free to choose one or more of these piles, whatever you feel called to. And last thing before the intro goes out, these videos are only to confirm the messages that you already know, but just physically need to hear from someone. They are labeled under entertainment because just like real life entertainment, like TV shows or movies, this is really here to just give you messages that you need to relate to and process any emotions regarding the events that are happening in your life right now. Yeah. So these videos again are here to help you connect and be a guide just for the lessons that you may be learning. And I really hope this helps and confirms to you what your intuition is telling you and what you need to hear at this time. Love you lots, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hey, pile 1. I hope you're doing well. If you chose this aquamarine stone, then this is your reading. Okay. So we're first going to do an energy check-in, and then we're going to do the main messages from Mother Gaia, and then we're going to close the reading out with any messages that you need to hear and thank yous, as always. Okay, so let's just get into it. Let's not waste any of your time. Let's do the energy check-in. So you got aquamarine. So what is it? Aquamarine is a fancy type of blue beryl, and it's a powerful coolant for the head and the heart. Who needs it? Those who run hot, fire signs, anybody hanging on to an unspoken, burning desire. Where to put it? Wherever you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream. Or if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from the heart. When to use it? When you've lost your voice, when it's past time to let it go. Or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for polite company. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. Keep your cool. So right now you might be in a state of feeling really upset or frustrated or even angry about a situation. We're going to get a little clearer on what that situation is. So what is pile 1's situation that they are frustrated about? So you have justice in reversed. Something about your life did not go the way that it was meant to. So something became very imbalanced, especially when it comes to communication, because I'm drawn to the 2 balancing scales as well as the sword. So it feels like you and a person might have had a disagreement or an argument or something where it kind of feels like they might have gaslit you. Like I don't like it's not my favorite message to come out, but you might have because justice is in reverse, it feels like you were trying to say your truth or balance the scales or like speak up for yourself in some way, and then the person didn't really let you, and they might have like gaslit you into believing what you're saying is like not true, or trying to inform you by saying different information or invalidating you and your experience. Yeah, it feels like foundationally you're trying to speak your truth, but another person wouldn't let you. Yeah, okay, so it's someone that, I have the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's someone that is financially stable, who might support you in some way. It might be your partner. I'm getting partner vibes. But it can also be like your dad or like a friend that's supporting you financially right now. Or it can even be your mom who has like provider energy. Anyone who has provider energy, to be honest. I don't know why I said your dad or your partner, but like doesn't really matter who it is. It's just someone like who has that provider energy, who feels like they can control the situation because they have more finances in some way. Yeah, again, we have this imbalanced Two of Coins in reverse. It feels like because there's an imbalance of finances, it's hard for you to speak up. And it's hard for you to be heard amongst this person. It feels like they're just like someone who's just barking at you and you can't really get a word in. Yeah. And they like talk over you. That's how it feels. And it feels very frustrating. You might even vent to them, to your friends. It's a lot of Pentacles vibes. This is Two of Pentacles reversed and then Three of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. So this might really have to do with a communication about your finances. You might have just been through a really intense like conversation about your finances with someone who helps support you, and you have an easier time with your friends talking to them about your finances or being with them when it comes to your finances. But with this person in particular, there's like disagreement. So it kind of feels like you guys were in a disagreement and then like they couldn't emotionally support you, so you went to your friends and you talked about it. And you might be feeling like, you still might be feeling like really agitated, like really frustrated over this and very angry over the scenario, because anger comes in when someone does this wrong. And with the Justice card in reverse especially, it's like, yeah, like someone did do you wrong and you are justified in having these upsetting and frustrating emotions that you're holding on to. Like, you know, there's something about the spiritual community sometimes that I find a little hard like to listen to, when they're all just like, just let it go. Like you can just like, you can control how you respond to the scenario, but you can't control the person. And it's like, yeah, like I get it. Like I totally get that. Like I understand that I have the choice to respond and how I respond, but like it doesn't mean I'm not upset. It doesn't mean I'm not angry. It doesn't mean I'm not frustrated by this situation. And I'm just here to tell you and remind you that like it's totally normal and it's totally okay to have these emotions. And expressing yourself, especially through venting about it with your friends, is a healthy way for you to kind of digest and process these emotions. And yeah, really like being able to especially dive into your own material pursuits, whether that be through your career, whether that be through going to the gym and working out, whether that be through working with the earth, like gardening, or even going and touching some grass, like anything that really helps you materially process through it. And I'm even like seeing like coworkers talking about it. So like talking about it with coworkers, talking about it with friends, talking about it with people who can really just like understand you and your situation in regards to this person, because that's a really healthy way of getting through it, and you're doing it so well. And yeah, it's okay to be upset, it's okay to be angry. It's like, it's that those are normal human emotions everyone has, and you have the right to also be in that space and be in that energy. And it's okay for you to be mad and to express your anger, you know? We don't want to add in guilt now, do we? No. We just want to be able to, like, acknowledge it. Yeah. And you don't necessarily have to, like, release it if you don't want to. Like, if you just want to be angry at the situation until it's settled, then be angry, honestly. Like, that's for you to choose. But it feels like venting about it to, like third parties, people, like, who aren't in close to the situation, might be, like, really healing for you. Or, like, at least it helps you, like, vent. Yeah. Okay, so if that was a long energy check-in, but if that is what you're going through right now, then this is your reading. It's already like a 10-minute reading, but, like, here we are. Okay. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll move this a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to move on to the messages Mother Gaia wants to give you. Okay. First you have Pachamama. She with the Andean emerald heart. Next, you have Panthera, the precious and rare. And then last, you have Alacoa, spirit of the warrior. So 2 Canadian geese just flew off in a pair as I was reading all that, and it really signals to me that whatever you are going through will be worked out, and it will be communicated in a partnership sense, you know, like, because you are someone who has such a kind heart, who is a really sweet soul, who wouldn't get mad for no reason, you know? Like, you're mad for a reason. It's not like this came out of nowhere. You have a right to be upset. That's why I was highlighting it quite a bit. Like, because you're someone who, like, normally doesn't, like you get upset for a reason. Like, because you're someone who's so kind-hearted, it's not like you would, like, want to just, like, create drama for nothing. There is this drama because you needed to speak your truth and you needed to be heard. And this person might be someone really dear and close to your heart, because I'm being drawn to her heart and the greenness of the whole scenario. But, like, it feels like after the storm comes the rainbow, after the rain comes the rainbow. So you two will come to a resolution when it comes to this scenario. And this person will take time to process the emotions and then really recognize what you had to say and how it was valuable. Okay, I want to change my battery camera before it dies on me, so 1 second. Okay, now I feel a lot more secure because there's a new battery in the camera. Okay, so yeah, so in terms of what's going on right now with your person and what Mother Gaia wants to tell you in terms of grounding messages at this time for you, is that this is an opportunity for your person, whoever this King of Pentacles is in your life, to really grow and evolve spiritually, especially when it comes to understanding emotions and understanding how invalidating someone or gaslighting someone or making someone feel unheard really tears at the relationship. And this person does really value you, so they will take the time to really recognize, hey, like, I fucked up, like, I know, like, I now I understand why you're mad at me, like, you know, like, they recognize you as someone who's very precious, who's very rare, who really just is someone they don't want to lose in their life. And you're someone who's grown so much. I'm being drawn to the butterfly. So you've really come into your own when it comes to saying your truth and being able to stand up for yourself. And it was really unfortunate because this person kind of came at you like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, and they didn't really come at you with some even, balanced, validating response. They came at you with some very like choice words and some emotions that really needed to develop, and they came at you with some unhealed traumas of their own, and they came at you in a way that was blocking the path that you both have, because there is such a deep love here. There's a very heartfelt kind of energy that's going on, and this energy is very sacred. It's very unionizing. It's like the Two of Cups, or like the Four of Wands. It's something. It's this person like is someone that's very special in your life. Like, I'm getting the rainbow again. So this is like a very important lesson for your person in order for them to recognize their own faults and spiritually evolve from them. Because what you did was totally natural, totally normal. Like, it was a very justified response. And unfortunately, you weren't met at the same level of emotional maturity or emotional capacity that you exude. Yeah. But this person will come to terms and they will see the light of the scenario, and they will learn how to listen better, and they will learn how to be able to see it from your point of view. And they will again come there to support the needs that you may have. I'm seeing someone like two people like crying and like having a really heartfelt moment. So that moment is coming. Just wait a bit and see. Keep standing your ground. When it comes to this person, like, this is a good segue into the closing messages, because this is the closing messages. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So when it comes to this person, being able to like communicate again to them your needs if it comes up, and communicate it so that like everything's out on the table, like that there's more explanation of why this is going on and why you're communicating it and why you're standing your ground, and how it's not right for this person to only see like bits and parts of the scenario. Like, when it comes to the closing messages, it's like this person needs to stop being so stubborn and stop being so like in their own cloudy head judgment, in their own egoic kind of thinking, in order for them to see the full picture of what you have to say. Because it seems like they're only listening to one part of your whole explanation when they should be listening to the all of it. And there's going to be a bit of information that will expose to them why what you're saying is so important, and it will even out the perception and give them a broader perception of what's going on in regards to this event. It feels like a financial matter, like, you know? But yeah. Okay, any other closing messages that you have for my pile number ones, Mother Gaia, Divine Source? Are you sure there's no other messages? I heard you can take it if you want, but like, not really. Okay, so I will take it just for funs. So you have the Nine of Cups, Strength in reverse, and then Moon. So this person's really tapping into their own instincts, and emotionally they're healing when it comes to the situation and understanding their own triggers. Like, right now, this is going to be a period of introspection, and where there might be a bit of separation when it comes to them needing to clear the path for themselves. And like, it's the separation that you may be going through at this point in time is only there so that this person can see your side clearly, and they can see how they're losing on someone who's so important and so kind-hearted and so loving and precious and rare, that they're making a stupid decision. And they're just instinctually going at this the wrong way right now. Like, they're being really crabby. They're being kind of Cancerian in the sense of they're being really like snippy. They're being like in their feels. They're like very clouded, which is weird. Again, it makes sense because this is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So they're not thinking logically. They're not thinking clear-headed when it comes to this situation. They're really being like a rockhead. They're being very stubborn. But over time, once they have the space, they'll be able to see clearly, and they'll see how their emotions were getting in the way of actually hearing you and actually understanding like what you needed, and the fact that they really emotionally burdened you and they really did not do you justice when it comes to the situation. Okay, I want to do a last message in terms of like, when will this person realize? So when will this person realize? Oh, interesting. So you have the Six of Swords in reverse. Pretty soon. Like, give it like a few days, you know? Like, you know, it's not over, because like, the thing is that like, usually the Six of Swords means like someone's leaving. There's like kind of like a separation, like for good. But in this case, it's not that. It's just they need like a couple of days to emotionally get through it, but they are seeing the way forward. They are, over time, in a couple of days, they will really emotionally process how they hurt you and how they upset you and how that wasn't justified and their actions weren't justified. And like, they will recognize why you were so mad. You know, like, you left an imprint on them, and you really are here to help them spiritually grow. So yeah, they are someone who's really tapping in to their triggers, especially when it comes to their root chakra. So they're like survival triggers, and it really feels like it's about foundations, like money and stuff. So it really feels like this person recognizes that the way they were treating you was from past traumas, and it wasn't cool, and what you were saying to them was very emotionally mature of you, and so they will come back within a couple of days. So that's when they will finally come to their senses. Yeah. And those are the messages I have for you. So yeah, I hope everything's going well with you, my pile ones. I'm sorry to hear that this person's being quite absurd and quite unemotionally intelligent when it comes to handling things with you, but I'm glad to hear that it will work out. And the cards do detail that in a few days, if this is a separation, that the separation will resolve and you'll get back together. And if it's not a separation, like in a few days, then it will come to clear. Like this person will understand and be like, oh shit, so like that's why you were really mad at me. And it feels like kind of karmic, like someone will do something similar to them and then they'll start complaining about it to you, and you'll be like, yeah, do you see why I was so mad? And then they'll be like, oh, I get it now. You know? Yeah. Okay, that's how it feels. So best of luck. I hope you take care, self-soothe, be with you, have a few drinks, maybe okay. I know I said like thank yous and stuff, but I did pull out this deck, and I knew I pulled that out for a reason. So we're gonna pull a couple of self-care cards for you in terms of what you can do at this time to really just like self-soothe and be and like just calm your emotions, so you don't have to like sit in this energy for so long. So we have create art. So creating art might be very helpful when it comes to getting to release and process this time in your life, especially when it comes to this person. Alone time. And what were we saying about the separation? Even if you're not separated, then just taking time to yourself to be with yourself is going to be so healing, and really protecting your energy in the space by like setting boundaries and being like, if they want to like hang out, being like, no, I'm still mad at you. Like that's totally okay. You're allowed to be mad at them and be like, no, I'm not hanging out with you because I'm still really upset, and that will help them really clear up why you're upset and to the degree of which you're upset. Protecting your peace and making sure that you spend this time to just heal your own emotions are gonna be very valuable to you. You also watch a movie, so cute. Like look at this little cat, so cute. Like again, watching a movie also might be very helpful when it comes to processing your emotions. Like we were saying earlier with the third party stuff, just having like something to vent or something to relate to, or like to have support in messages, it will help give you clarity, especially when it comes to what you're going through, or at least it'll distract you. Like grab your little like pet, if you have a pet, if you're a cat mama or cat dad or a cat person, like grab your favorite drink, go watch a movie, and just forget about all their shit and how they wronged you, because like you don't deserve to be so upset and angry, and I know it's hard to let it go. So I hope these are ways that can help you kind of relieve and release these pent up, angry, frustrated, agitated emotions, because man, people nowadays, they really think if they really like to financially abuse, which is really upsetting, but it's true. people can financially abuse because they make more money, or like, you know, they don't value domestic work, or like they don't value like certain types of work. They feel like they're better than you or whatever. And it's like, no, bitch. No, bitch. What do you mean? Like, yeah. So it also kind of feels like this could be like a scenario where like this person doesn't take care of themselves, or they don't clean after themselves, or like they support you financially, but they don't support you like domestically, emotionally, intellectually, like, you know, like stuff like that. So spending time and really distancing yourself from this person, and just like being in spaces where you love to be, and you can kind of just healthfully like not think about it or be there or have to condone this behavior, somewhere where you can sleep well, even maybe at a friend's, like if you want to just hang out with your friends and like just take that space for yourself. It's going to be really healing, and it will open up their eyes, and within a few days they'll like recognize what they did wrong. Yeah, okay, so we're almost at the 30-minute mark, and I wasn't planning on making it so long. So I really hope these messages were accurate, concise, and resonant for you. I hope they healed you in some way, in terms of at least recognizing where you're at and validating your emotions, because like it feels like you need to hear that. Like it feels like you need to hear that your emotions are valid, and why you're angry is very valid, you know? Again, this is a general reading, so each scenario might be different for everyone. Like it could be like something like, oh, this person doesn't do the dishes like ever, or if they do it incorrectly, to like this person is legitimately gaslighting me and telling me my truth isn't like valid, to even this person is withholding money like to me, and I need that money so that I can like eat, you know? Like there's a lot of ranges where this reading goes, but regardless, I really do hope this helps when it comes to dealing with this person and recognizing your alone time, your space, your boundaries are important, and they can't take advantage of you regardless of what situation they're in, you know? They shouldn't be taking advantage of you. They should be cherishing you. Yeah. Okay. So with that, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, my pal twos. I hope all is well. If you chose this crystal, which is a bloodstone. Yeah, bloodstone. Oh, and this is a reading. So today we're doing messages from Mother Gaia, and we're doing an energy check-in, and then we're going into the main messages that Mother Gaia wants to give you, and then the closing messages as well as thank yous. Okay, so let's just get into it and get into your energy check-in. So bloodstone, what it is. Bloodstone is an earthy green chalcedony spattered with seriously activating red jasper. In the Middle Ages, some believed the red splotches on the stone surface were the blood of Christ. Who needs it? The constantly overworked and completely drained by the soul-sucking machinations of modern life. Capricorns. Where to put it? Wherever you do the important work, spiritual, physical, and psychological. When to use it? When you're totally bled dry and it's time to get into your body and start feeling your damn self. Sleep, get some exercise, take nourishment, and call on bloodstone to drag your ass out of the house to face the day, chin up, head high. And the mantra is power up your vitals. So, in terms of your energy right now, it's given burnt out. It's given, I need a break. It's given, I need some R&R. And you might be someone who's like, oh, but I can't take a break. I have too much work to do. And to that I say, that's fair. It's totally fair. But it is not productive, and it's wasting your time by guilting yourself into thinking that way. Because in terms of when it comes to work, working hard is important, but playing hard is equally as important. And if you don't have, I'm being taken to The Sims. So if you ever play The Sims, there's 6 different types of nourishments your sim needs in order to be a happy sim and be a cooperative and, a good sim, a sim that takes good care of themselves. And one of those 6 needs is fun, is literally fun. So if this sim doesn't get enough fun, then they will stop doing anything. They will stop taking care of themselves. They will stop eating. They will stop washing their dishes. They'll stop using the washroom. It's kind of crazy. It's really evident in a entertaining way, which I shouldn't say entertaining, but I guess it is called entertainment. Video games are entertainment, but I mean it really shows how much fun is needed in order to survive life, and that life is not just all about work, and life is so much more to the hours you put in at your job, or the hours you put in at home, or how productive you are as a person. There is so much more to life than just being busy all the time. Taking time to just, catch up with old friends and listen to music and enjoy life, go on car rides, go on beach dates, go hiking, enjoying nature. Those things are so important to life. And I think I need to tell you this because this is where your head's at. There's a part of you that's no, we need to work. We need to continue. I have a deadline. It's gonna happen. I don't have time, no sleep, need to get my coffee and get going. And then there's another part of you that's hey, maybe we should just go on that 5-minute walk that we wanted. Excuse me. Yeah, and that's confirming. My burp, I haven't drank anything that's carbonated today, so that burp is yeah. There's another part of you that's really wanting to nourish this fun and to nourish this relaxation so that when you go back to work, you'll be more productive. There's there's a lot of studies throughout a lot of countries, but this one in Japan really hits me, where it's studies showed that decreasing the hours of the work week for a lot of Japanese business people made them more productive throughout the week. Same goes with France and a lot of different European countries. Apologies, that's the only ones I know when it comes to surveys and studies. When they, those countries, I guess France, Sweden, Norway, places that actually have good labor laws, good labor laws in effect, places that have the 32-hour work week, where they've actually prioritized and value the essence of life and the fact that life is just not all about work. Those places come to mind when I think of this pile, because it's this pile works damn hard. They work their ass off and they're good at doing it. You guys are my hustlers, and you need a break sometimes. And it really reminds me of one of my friends who I miss really dearly. He just works all the time, and he is usually just trying to provide for himself and his family, and he has a lot of great morals, is super kind-hearted, but he takes on a lot of responsibilities, and sometimes he forgets to relax and just take time to himself. And yeah, anyways, So because I'm getting him, it like he's a Capricorn, so duh, like that's obviously how he's gonna act. Not like saying all Capricorns are like that, but like a lot of them are very work oriented, which is fair. Because work is important, and I'm not saying work isn't important. Work is very important. It's what gives you money so that you can buy food on the table. It gives you money so that you can have rent and pay bills and like do your thing. But like, you know, you don't have to be stressing about work if it's your time off. You know, there are clock in, clock out hours for a reason. Unless you're on call, unless you have that kind of job position, it is totally and perfectly okay to be like, to not respond to any work messages, or to respond later, or to set in the boundaries being like, hey, my work hours are from this time to this time. After that, I prioritize my whatever you got going on, but you will get back to that person once work hours are on your time. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally okay to communicate something like that in a professional manner, in a way that's not gonna like, that's within your rights, you know? Like, you don't have to be stressing about work 24/7. It's okay for you to like take time to yourself. So that's your energy check-in. If that sounds like you, if those are some messages that you needed to hear, then this is your pile. I like how whenever I do energy check-ins, I like straight up start channeling right away. But like, I guess that's how it is, you know? It's how it be. Anyway, so from Mother Gaia, you have Child of the Light. And I think this is such a beautiful pile because you really do embody this person that I'm thinking of quite heavily, who's kind of in my life. He is a child of the light. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there's such good morals and values, and there is a good sense of wanting to spread more enjoyment and to spread more essence of what life should be, which is to be enjoyed and to thrive and to really be able to have comforts in life. You know, you're someone who fights for good causes. Like, you probably think that the fact that world hunger exists is just utterly ridiculous because we have enough food. We just need to know how to distribute it correctly. You know, like, you're probably someone who recognizes that social justice is important, and being able to be represented on screen and media is important. And you're someone who recognizes that if we don't start taking care of Mother Gaia and this earth, then the whole planet is going to go to shit, and no future generations can really enjoy it. So like, what are we doing? We need to stop these practices, kind of deal, you know? Like, yeah. You are a child of the light. You're probably a starseed. You might identify with that, but it feels like you're someone who's gone through a lot of spiritual awakenings. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, you've been able to basically look at the world and look at what society believes, what your parents believe, what your family believes, what your friends believe, what your school curriculum believes, and then have discernment for yourself in order to choose what your beliefs are and what matters to you. And you recognize what the meaning of life is and what holds the most value to you. But like, again, there's like a sense of burnout. So it feels like you are emotionally learning how to take care of yourself and become this beautiful butterfly. If not, you are already this beautiful butterfly. And there's like this sense of You're doing so good. You're doing like such a amazing job being you and spreading that light that you don't have to worry so much. You don't have to feel like you have to be on call all the time. You don't have to feel like you need to work in order to be valued. You know, like there's so much more value of you just being you than putting in all those hours. And you just being you helps out the world so much more than you can realize, because there's so many people who don't really recognize why it's important to treat others kindly, or to lead with the heart, or to really value teamwork and communication and diplomacy, and who values harmony and taking care of others, you know, like who just values life generally, you know, like it feels like you're someone who does really value life. And it's okay, like you don't have to like work so hard in order to feel like you belong in this society, or like you don't have any apparent value if you don't work, you know what I mean? Like I have this problem too, like if I'm not productive enough, like if I don't do enough in that day, I'll feel like I'm a failure or a loser, or like I'll just feel super down about myself. And it's just, this message is here to remind you that you just being you has already changed so many lives and the way people think about the world, and has given people so much awareness of what the new world should look like and be, you know what I mean? Like other than like 1% hoarding like an insane number. I think it's like I want to say like 90% of the like GDP, gross domestic production, or capita. Yeah. So yeah, sorry. It like you recognize other than 1% owning like 90% of the capital in the country, how wrong that is, and how wrong it is for there to be this extravagant amount of wealth, and that, you know, like the rich should be taxed for reasons, because social welfare and the general helping out everyone in society is going to be more conducive to a better economy than just one person holding so much money. Like, yeah. Oh, I feel like I'm just parenting myself, so yeah, well, in terms of what Mother Gaia is wanting to tell you is that you're doing such a great job, and that you deserve a break. You deserve to relax. You deserve to just enjoy life and not have to think about so much. Like, it is hard to be so aware of everything, and then also hard to just like not want to work on it or escape through work, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to like think about all the atrocities that exist in the world and be like, okay, I can live in this. Like, I don't want to just like forget about it or distract myself. Like that shit's hard. And it's even harder when you're like, oh, like I need to go do something about this. I can't just be sitting on my ass and like letting these like people get away with their atrocities, or these people go hungry, or the fact that like that these people still think the way they do when it comes to race or gender, or yeah, like right now a really big issue, a really controversial issue is the person Chris on Mr. Beast's channel, who's like going through their transition when it comes to really reclaiming who they are as a person. And you're probably someone who really supports like who supports them and recognizes that like the people who are saying otherwise, or the people who are talking shit about them, are just like so simple-minded, you know, like, and it probably really frustrates you, and it's probably what motivates you to work so much, because you're like, oh, like, I need to do something about this. And it's like, the message from Mother Gaia, especially right now, is that you can take some time for yourself, and you can take some time to really just go inwards and enjoy yourself. Because segue to closing messages, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the 5 of Wands usually deals with conflict and being in an energy of battle, and being in an energy of really like fighting for what you're passionate about. And the thing is that like what's most important, because it's in reverse, is the fact that like, other than fighting with other people, just to go inwards and to see why you feel the need to do all this, and why you can't enjoy yourself and have those comforts that you wish upon for others to have, you know? Like, you might feel guilty over the privileges you do have in life, but that doesn't mean that you still can't enjoy life, and that you need to feel guilty about it like all the time. It's okay to like enjoy swimming in a pool, like a private pool. It's okay to enjoy what life has to give you, like a beautiful garden, or access to clean water, or like, you know, not overindulging when it comes to food. You know, like, it's okay to enjoy in those things without putting so much guilt and putting so much burden on you. And just reflect why you're not allowing yourself to enjoy those things. And yeah, that's what I have for you today, my pal twos. I'm actually gonna also get some self-care messages, because it feels like it might help. So Mother Gaia, thanks. So you have the self-care messages of read as well as hydrate. So getting lost in a really good book, and remembering to take care of yourself, especially when it comes to your emotional health, physical health. You know, you might smoke weed quite a lot. So hydrating is going to be really great for your throat, great for your system. But I also feel, because you are Capricornic energy, that you are very intellectual, and you are a real go-getter. And so like sometimes it's nice to have something to mentally stimulate you. So reading might be really great for you when it comes to navigating these energies of feeling burnt out, especially. Like, maybe, again, it feels like going inwards and intellectualizing your feelings might be the first step in a great healing process to you when it comes to like why you're feeling burnt out, why you're feeling so like go-y, and like why you feel the need to like do so much when you're already being and doing so much, you know? Like, you're very, very much valued in the world, and there's just a feeling of you coming back home to value yourself, and getting to know yourself, and getting to be with yourself, other than engaging in the conflicts of others. Yeah, so take this time, child of the light, because you really deserve it. You really know what's up with the world. You really like have your head on straight, and you deserve to pour back into your cup. and you deserve to give yourself the love that you give to others. You deserve to really enjoy your life and not have to worry or feel guilty or stressed about everything else. It's okay for you to take time for yourself. This is your life. Yeah. Okay, so those are the messages Mother Gaia had for you today. I want to thank Mother Gaia and Divine Source for coming through so beautifully and so well articulated, I guess, at times. 100%. And I want to thank again any other guides, any other spirits that were here with us today for this reading. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi, my beautiful number pile threes. Let me say that again. Wait. Hi, my beautiful pile number threes. Sorry about that. It's just getting tongue-tied over you, apparently. So, hi. It's nice to see you on this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's messages are going to be from Mother Gaia and anything you need to hear at this time. So first we're going to do an energy check-in, and then we're going to do the main messages and the closing messages as well as thank yous. So let's start with your energy check-in. If you chose this beautiful topaz, then this is your reading. So let's see what topaz is and see if this matches your energy. What it is. Topaz is the world's hardest silicone-based mineral. It name alludes to the Sanskrit word for fire. In the Middle Ages, it was believed to cure crazy. Who needs it? Anyone burning A, the midnight oil, B, the candle at both ends, C, bridges, or D, all of the above. Where to put it? Wherever the action needs to happen. When to use it. When you're aiming in the right direction but keep misfiring. Passion is totally indispensable, but if you're not careful with it, it might burn you up. Call on topaz to transform wild obsessions into laser-like focus and burning desires into getting things done. Increase your firepower. Cool. Okay, so it feels like you are in a place where you either might be all over the place and need to direct your messages, or that's me who's directing messages. You need to direct your energy like into something very like productive or prioritizing, or you're someone who needs more spark of energy in your life, who kind of feels like lethargic. It doesn't really feel lethargic though. It kind of just feels like sporadic. It feels like you're in a sporadic sense and your head's everywhere all at once, and there's like chaotic energies going on, and there's just so much shit to get through and so much people to talk to, and like it feels like there's so much energies coming at you that you kind of want like a nice single stream of, okay, so we're gonna get this done today, and then this done today, and then this done today, and then we're good. You know, like it feels kind of like there's just a lot on your plate, and like so much so that it's hard to know where to start, and so much so that it feels like there is a need to just kind of redirect your focus and really center yourself into an energy of being able to slow down and to complete each task, knowing that you can complete it. Yeah. Okay. I kind of want to do this with you too. I did this with another pile, but I want to see what area of life this is in regards to. So when it comes to my pile three's energy, what area of life is this chaos revolved around? Oh, okay. You have the Six of Wands, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Swords. So that's a lot of different energies, as I thought it was going to be honest. I I thought this was going to be a more general pile, and a lot of different people from a lot of different scenarios are going to tune in to this, because even in the card it said you're either burning the midnight oil, you're either burning candles at both ends, or you're burning bridges, or all of the above. So it feels like that as well. So it there's just a lot going on in your life. So like it could be like at work, like things are pretty intense, and like there's just a lot of deadlines to meet and a lot of pressures at the workplace, and there's just like you're hustling, you're getting things done, but there's just a lot to get done. And then in your personal life, there's like this relationship that's like going back and forth, or like the situationship where you can't get the other person to like share how they're feeling, or like communicate what they need from this relationship, or like just, you know, get the ball rolling, you know, like. And then like everyday life, it feels like it's just hard to communicate to others what you're going through, and it's hard to really discern right now when it comes to your emotions, and being able to express like what's bothering you to other people. Yeah, so you might be like a boss at work. You might be in charge of things at work, and you might like be in a place of leadership when it comes to work. So that's why like it feels like there's just a lot of responsibilities that you have to do when it comes to your workplace. When it comes to your personal life and your romantic connections, it feels like it's hard for you to talk to get another person to emotionally express themselves, or for you to emotionally express yourself, and you're going inwards more than talking about it, because we also have the Page of Swords here. So it's hard for you to talk about it with others. So like it just feels like you're going through a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just a lot of weight for you to carry. Yeah. In basically all sections of your life. So that sounds like you, then this is your pile. And I'm really sorry to hear that like it's so heavy, and it's just so chaotic. But just know that you can do this. Know, just like this topaz, that you have the fire and the energy in order to conquer what you need to get done by the day, and to really have the time to self-reflect and get to know why you might be feeling the way you are, and not being able to express yourself, or for that person to like being able to step away from that person and just like come to terms with the fact that if they're not going to be emotionally like there for you, then you can do it for yourself and not have to depend on them for it. Yeah. So let's move on to the Mother Gaia messages. You have 40, Hayaka, Sorceress of Light. You also have 44, White Buffalo Woman, Hopeful Heart, see her sign. So you're very protected. Like very protected, because you have 40 and 44. So you have a lot of like protective, stable energy around you. And when I said stable, all I got was shown the volcanic chaoticness. So like during this time, just know that like you will be able to get through it, and you will be able to weather and turn all this chaos into productivity, you know? You'll be able to recognize your own strength, and you'll be able to recognize how to balance yourself in order for you to get what you need done. I'm hearing spread your wings and fly. So yeah, it feels like that. You'll be able to sort out, because being drawn to the fanniness of like these wings and the seashells. So you'll be able to really dial in and prioritize what's needed at what time, and you'll be able to schedule yourself really well. So like if you're feeling really like overwhelmed right now, just taking a couple seconds to just write a to-do list so it's not all in your head, or like getting like a secure notebook for yourself, for like an agenda or something. So like there's just like something concrete, or even like a phone app if that works for you. Something concrete for you to just plot down all the things that you need to get done throughout the day, so that your head doesn't have to keep hold of it and you don't have to stress so much over the chaos that's happening, because it feels like you're at a time where there's a lot of responsibilities. So like if you're a student, that means like you're going through, and it is that time, you're going through finals and you have to study for all these different courses, and you just have to manage your time that way. And if you're not a student, if you're in the workforce, then you are at a busy season where the seasons are changing, and you have to pick out a new spring line, and you have to like recognize what is necessary and how everything in the store needs to change. Or if you are an accountant, this is like tax season, so it's like you're burning the midnight oil when it comes to you always have like a case of files that you need to get done that day. So like being able to just jot it down and file it out for yourself will help you so much when it comes to prioritizing your life. And it's something that you're probably already doing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and just know that if you are already doing that, then you're doing a great job, first off. And it's going to be very fruitful when it comes to you getting your tasks done correctly. Yeah. Well, that was a lot. Okay, so when it comes to your heart, it feels like you are aligning with your highest good when it comes to partnerships, especially. So if it's people who are in your life that are going out of your life, just know that's for the best, and know that someone is going to, like, you needed the space in order for someone new to come in. Someone who can actually, like, communicate to you and recognize your emotional needs, and who can be there to support you. I'm getting emotionally and intellectually, especially someone who can really communicate on the same level, and who really makes the effort in understanding your side of what's going on in your life. Someone who's really grounding and who's very protective. Like, that's only for those who have someone going out of their life. If you were happy and like you were someone who was having a hard time speaking for themselves, then I'm getting that there's a lot of angelic protection for you to recognize that the support you have is really great for you. And the support you do have is one where they will be patient enough for you to speak your mind and to connect back to your intuition so you can speak from the heart. And they will give you the support and care you need in order for you to fully express yourself and be able to emotionally let out anything that you need to with this significant person in your life. Yeah. But yeah, I don't usually talk this fast. I'm usually very slow when it comes to my readings. So for you, it's just a very fast pace. It's a lot going on right now. It's very chaotic that you need to like funnel and channel in really well in order for you to get the message across, or for you, that's me, or for you to like get your work done in order. And I feel like it's also a message across for you, like for this person. Again, take that if you're in that situation, but it feels like there's a lot of different types of scenarios that are happening, and like, yeah, just know you'll get through this. Know that you're doing a great job. Know that you can rely on physical supports like to-do lists or apps in order for you to keep on track. And scheduling yourself is going to be important. Or yeah, it's just like knowing how you operate, knowing that you will get it done. If it's on a to-do list, then do that. And like if you're more time oriented, knowing that you'll show up on time for that thing, then do that. Like just do whatever works for you. For me personally, I don't work well with schedules. I work well with to-do lists. So like it frees me from the pressures of a time-oriented tasks, because sometimes I don't know how long something's going to take for me to do. So yeah, I prefer to-do lists. But again, if you're not like me and you are someone who loves being time-oriented and can really like buckle themselves down when it comes to that, like schedules. And yeah, when it comes to your relationship, it's going to just be really fruitful when it comes to either someone leaving and then someone new coming in and then being able to support and understand you. Or if no one's leaving your life, being able to really come into your own and get clarity on what you're feeling and have someone who's already patient and supportive to listen to you and get through with you with that. Okay. We're going to move on to last closing messages and thank yous. So you have the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, okay. Can I get some clarity on this? Mother Gaia, thank you. Ooh, I also have the Hermit in reverse. So this is a very important time for you because this is 2 major arcana cards. Know that everything is falling into place the way it needs to, and going inwards to reflect on how you might be overextending your energy to other people and how you might be using a lot of an authoritarian mindset, how that might be hindering you at this time. You might be limiting yourself by taking on so much responsibility. For example, if you're at school right now, then having someone to study with in your class could help you hold yourself accountable, and it'll just make the load feel a bit lighter when it comes to studying and just having a more like fun, lighthearted time doing it. You know, you don't always have to like suffer when you're studying. You know, you can actually have a good time, and you actually retain information better when you believe that you can do so, and when you put yourself in scenarios that like help you study other than just hate studying. For example, if you watch the movie Promposal, then you know there's like those scenes where like the 2 main characters just go on a set series of basketball like study sessions where like one of the characters is playing basketball while the other one's tutoring them, and that helps the other character like really memorize and solidify their studying. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. So being able to like study in a way that helps you absorb information is going to be like really helpful. And it doesn't have to be like the rigid, oh, sit down at a library and stare at your book. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be like you going to the park with like a friend and having like your favorite cup of coffee and being able to like have trivia amongst them and talking about like the curriculum amongst them. That might be a lot more solidifying for you in terms of studying. Hey, sorry about that. I was just getting a call from my SO. So anyways, okay. So as we were saying, if you're a student, then just taking time to really like absorb the information that you need to is going to be very helpful in a way that makes it fun for you, makes it like retainable for you. Yeah, and you don't have to do it alone. You can do it with other people. You can do it with like classmates, friends, whoever. Yeah, and in terms of if you are in a place of a work field, then like delegating tasks to other people might be very effective when it comes to being able to feel less pressure to do things and being able to recognize that you can lean on your coworkers for support when it comes to these things, or that you can trust your coworkers when it comes to getting the job done, and that you don't have to do it alone. You know, there's just a big message of you don't have to do this alone, and you can incorporate other people and lead by example, by like not having to take all the responsibility, you know, like, yeah, by being able to like give tasks to other people, it will really free up your mind, especially when it comes to prioritizing how to take care of yourself, and it'll give you time to really take care of yourself so that you may feel, you know, a little less chaotic and a little more in a way like like you'll be able to weather this and get through this successfully if you lean on others for support that way. But just know that this is part of your lessons right now, especially when it comes to like this eclipse season, and just generally, this is timeless, but like whatever is going on in your life, it feels like it is meant for you, because this is a major arcana kind of like set to close it off, and it feels like it's something for you to really self-reflect upon and for you to turn inwards in order for you to get this done. Like all this chaos is there for you to recognize how you can lean on others for support and still get the job done right, and that you don't have to be alone doing this. And that applies to both the workforce and your personal life. You don't have to be alone when it comes to processing your emotions. Like there are going to be people there who want to listen and who want to provide you a space for you to really recognize yourself and what you're going through, and recognize like all the crazy shit that's going on in your life. I feel like pulling one more card for closing messages from Mother Gaia for you. So just one more card. Okay. Aw, and you have the Two of Cups. And I think that's wonderful. It's a wonderful way to end the reading here. Like, at least these closing messages. So when it comes to your personal life especially, it's going to be very fruitful, and you will see that leaning on other people for support and choosing that, because you still have a choice, that it will really bring about a security in you, and it will really bring about like healing and a protective energy that you can feel comfortable and safe in order for you to express yourself. And this will really help you just like calm the chaos, and it will really help you just cool down when it comes to like having to feel like you have to hold so much weight. There's just like a wonderful balance and reciprocity, and able to like being able to just like calm the mind, and just leaning on someone for support for that. That'll be really just really nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Okay. So last messages are going to be for self-care and self-soothe. What can you do? What can my pile of threes right now do when it comes to self-care and healing at this time? And I just have a couple of cards. for my pile 3s when it comes to... Oh. Okay, I have 3 cards. Interesting. So you have intimate times. You have nourish your temple. And you have spend time with friends. Wow, these are just so confirming when it comes to like the messages that have been given to you already. So this is just reiterating what I've been saying the whole time, that you can lean on others for support and they will give you and provide you with the stability that you need at this time. Like, again, eating foods that will help you, that's something extra that wasn't already said, so that's why I'm saying it. Eating nourishing foods are going to be really important for you, but like, again, recognizing that there are people that you can lean on for support, especially, is going to help you during this time when it comes to managing your emotions and getting through this eclipse season. Like, that's the lesson you're really learning right now, is being able to recognize that you don't have to do it alone and that you have others there to support you and protect you and keep you safe and keep you satisfied, especially. Like, yeah. Again, you can lean on other people for support. Everyone has food to bring to the table when it comes to your work life as well as your personal life. Well, these are the messages I'm getting for you. This will last like a moon cycle, so it's gonna be about a month for you to really like recognize all this and have this set in. So don't like pressure yourself too much when it comes to having to be perfect, or like having everything needed to be done. Like, it's gonna take time to like adjust to this period, and know that like you'll do a great time and you will get through the motions of being able to express yourself to others, or have them leave your life for someone new to come in for you to like feel safe and comfortable around. And it feels like it's going to be someone important, but this person's going to teach you like it's okay to lean on others for support, as well as your workplace or academic career. Like, those places will also teach you that like you're not alone and that you can really call upon others to be there for you at this time or during times of crises. Oh, so that's a really lovely message to hear. It's nice to end up on a high note, and I really hope you and this person are safe when being intimate together, and that you do have a really good time with your friends and your coworkers, and are able to really take time for yourself to nourish yourself by allowing these people in your life. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening whenever you're watching this, and I want to thank any guides who were here today, as well as Divine Source, and especially Mother Gaia, for these grounding and beautiful messages. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi, my lovely pile number 4s. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And thank you for choosing this beautiful pyrite as your gemstone today. So how this reading is going to work, we're just doing messages from Mother Gaia, and we're going to do an energy check-in, the main message, and then closing messages. So we're just going to get into it. Let's go into your energy check-in. Because you have pyrite, we will see what pyrite is and all that. So, pyrite. What it is. Pyrite, aka fool's gold, is a metallic sulfide mineral. Its blingy, confident vibes and often perfect cubic structures align us with nature's power to give energy to amazing, beautiful things. Like you, baby. Who needs it? The chronically lethargic. Anybody sleeping on their potential. Where to put it? Pyrite is often used near the solar plexus or will center, but it works wonders anywhere you need a little boost of masculine energy. For example, On the fellas, the low abdomen. Just say when to use it on that romantic weekend away from the kids. And whenever the energy to power through feels shrouded in dark matter, call on your core power. So when it comes to your energy check-in, it feels like there is a couple of things. There's a need to have some passion back into your life. And it feels like you might be down on yourself right now. And you might be just in a... it kind of feels like you are in a bit of a depressed place. And that is totally... It happens to everyone. Please don't feel down about being there, because I usually do. I usually like make it even worse by being like, why am I feeling this way? And like I should be doing something. And like right now it feels like you're just really down upon a lot of things, and it's like a mixture of anxiety too. Like there's awareness that you should be doing things, but because of that awareness, it stops you from doing the things that you want to do, you know? And it feels like there's something so lovely and so beautiful and so like naturally powerful about you. There's just this time of rest right now, and this time of confusion right now when it comes to you. Yeah, and it feels like there's like a lack of passion in your life where you want it to be. And so yeah, if that sounds like you at this point in time, then this is your reading. Yeah, okay, so let's go through the main messages of Mother Gaia. You have 29, Nana Baluku. She rests to create. So it feels a lot like this is a time for you to be in your energetic uploads, you know, like, or downloads. Wait. It depends. It's both, because there's also someone very significant when it comes to you at this point in time, and there's like a significant partner that you have, and it feels very romantic because of the fact that it was used in a romantic way, like on that romantic weekend away from the kids, as well as I saw like a couple of birds flying next to each other. So a pair of birds to me usually signifies like a pair of partners. And again, if you're like more traditional when it comes to dating and stuff and are more monogamous in that way, then that's just like a sign for you that this is a relationship that's very important right now. But it feels like it's more than just the relationship. It feels like there's like more going on with you. So like the uploads and downloads is that like you're uploading information to other people, especially like that partner that you have, and it's really helping them grow and evolve emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But you're also receiving downloads from that person or from divine source itself for you to get greater clarity on the wisdom you need and about your heart space, as well as being able to speak clearly to others. Like, you're able to go inwards and trust yourself more at this time. But with that, it comes with a lot of heartache, with a lot of struggle, with a lot of strife. especially because we have the Five of Pentacles here. And I know that's the closing message, but like reading this as a whole, it kind of feels like there's a want for you to be earning more or making more income, because there's also fool's gold, and like making like real gold, but like that's just not what's in store for you right now. There's just so much more involved. Like there's so much more involved in your life than just the money right now. Like there's like this energetic upgrade that you're like receiving. And what do I mean by that? I mean like you're just really coming into your own when it comes to living life, and you're really just understanding yourself in order for you to get those passions back in your life. Like you're really taking the time right now to understand what you're living for. What does life mean to you? And like that can cause a lot of both depression and anxiety, because it's like, I'm not doing enough. I need to be doing this. I'm so anxious about my future. And like, I feel like so much of our generation is going through that, because there's so much pressure for us to be like saving the earth and to like restructure economic policies and like fix the housing crisis and like all these different things that our generation is now thrusted upon, because previous generations gonna get their shit together. But it feels kind of like that. Like there's like an awareness of all of the social problems, environmental problems, economic problems that are coming about. But like there's just like this stagnation, this halt of not wanting to like move or not knowing how to like move about it. So that's why you have She Rests to Create. You right now are in a rest period in order for you to like figure out and get through all these really intense and heavy emotions. And right now, Mother Gaia really just wants you to be very aware of your own intuition and how you're going about life and where you're going about life when it comes to, are you going about it like through your heart space? Like what is making you feel like life is worth living? You know, like what are you passionate about? Like what makes it so that you can conquer your day? And taking some time to really reflect upon that. But there's also this really big feeling of survival, of being down and out and being like, oh, like, I would love to take this time, but I need to make money because I need to pay my bills, or I need to leave this place, or I need to, like, you know, take care of others, you know? Like, there's a lot of survivalness of just trying to push forward because you need to, not necessarily because you want to. And it's a really big time of hardship, especially when it comes to money right now. And that's probably the thing that's causing you to feel like a lack of passion for life. You might be like very much, like I hate this like economic system that we're under. Like I don't understand why I'm being paid so little when I do so much. Like I don't understand like why minimum wage is set to this low standard. I don't understand why like I don't like the fact that the economy is working the way it is. And yeah, so this is a time for you to really like rest upon that and really come into terms of who you are and what you value and what you want to be doing with your life, which is quite heavy. It's very existential, and I'm here for it. It's a lot. It's a lot, my darling. Okay. We're gonna see how you can rest right now. In what way? Oh, perfect. You have health checkup. So, maybe going to see your doctor about what's going on. You might be literally overworking yourself, or you might literally be like diagnosed with depression or anxiety, and seeing like a doctor, a health professional, someone you can trust. I am not saying you have to use the traditional ways of medicine. You do you. You can use whatever you feel called to use, but like just being able to talk to someone who is well versed in these areas will really help you understand why you're behaving this way, why you're acting this way, and why it's so hard for you to kind of get the ball rolling when it comes to your passions. Like, it feels like there's a lot of things that you're aware of and want to do and want to help, but are having a hard time like actually doing them because it's so daunting. Like the task seems so big that it feels like really hard. So being able to go to a health professional in order for you to recognize and come to terms with your bodily needs especially, and your mental, like bodily needs, because your body is only reflecting what your mind and your emotions and your spiritual nature is reflecting back to you. It's really like a signal. Your body's telling you like, hey, there's unresolved trauma here, or hey, I'm not getting enough like physical, mental, emotional stimulation that I need. So like being able to like go to a health professional, like even a therapist, to talk about this will be really important. I know BetterHelp has helped a lot of people. It's helped me. No sponsors, but like I a couple of sessions like really did me good in terms of getting through some of the more challenging times in my life. And if you can't afford a therapist, I know they do other types of therapy. Like there are like discounted therapy sessions that students who are practicing do. And then there's like other ways to go about therapy. Yeah, I know doing like yoga by yourself regardless is an actual form of releasing trauma from the body as well. Reading Dr. Bessel van der Kolk is really enlightening when it comes to how the body physically holds the traumas that you've experienced, and it helps you just like kind of come to terms with the fact that like you're not alone in this process, and that there are people there who want to help you and want to be there for you. Okay, so any other ways that my pile 4s can rest? And what other ways can my pile 4s rest right now? What ways can my pile 4s rest right now? I'm getting a lot of self-doubt too, so like being able to like, it's too many, being able to just like recognize that you have so much power and you have so much ability and you have so much love to give to your community, to yourself and to your community and to your friends and family, and that like you need to take care of your own needs. Like And that goes like not just physically but mentally and emotionally, being able to like recognize your worth and the fact that you really do matter and that you're really valued, and that it's okay for you to take breaks. It's okay for you to like rest in order for you to heal. Like, people will still love you and care for you the same. And if they don't, then they're just users and abusers, and they shouldn't be in your life in the first place. Yeah. So, any other ways? Thank you. Okay. You also have ground yourself, as well as build strength. I'm really glad that these cards came up, especially the build strength one. So grounding yourself will allow you to just recognize and put into perspective where you are and where you need to go. And it'll give you a sense of calmness and peace, and it'll help motivate you when it comes to understanding why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And build strength, I know it's a very physical thing, so it might transfer into many different areas of your life. Like, if you physically build strength, maybe that will really show you your mental willingness to commit to yourself, and it'll give you a stronger sense of character and more motivation and more like reasons for you to show up for yourself. Okay, any other messages? I have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And any other messages for my pile number 4s to end off the reading? Any closing messages for my pile 4s? I also have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So we also have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Pamela Coleman Smith card in reverse. So I usually keep this because it holds significant meaning for me. Pamela Coleman Smith is the illustrator of these beautiful cards, and I feel like she doesn't get enough recognition a lot of the times when it comes to the Rider-Waite deck. I wish it was called the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, because of the fact that a lot of reading when it comes to divination is in the illustrations, and a lot of people intuitively pick up a lot of the messages and a lot of what these cards are about through these illustrations. So, I feel like she just doesn't get enough credit where she deserves it. And that might be you right now. And it might be, you might feel like whatever you do, like, it won't be accredited. It won't come to the place of a fruitfulness that you want it to be. And like, there's just this feeling of, why even bother? Why even try? Like, but there's like a need. There's a really huge need for you to pick yourself up from this and like really take responsibility over your life. And I know that's super hard to hear sometimes. So I'm sorry if it's not necessarily the message you wanted to hear, but like, just recognize that you can do it, and that you have the self-love that you already need. It's already inside of you. Just being able to like ground yourself and recognize it and see your worth and see how like you're valued and see how much you've already accomplished in your life, and go back to the ways in which you did really work hard, and when you worked hard, and when you were passionate over things, so you really wanted to try hard, going back to that kind of energy. And if it's really hard, again, please go see a health professional. mental health is very real, and it is very much something that affects so many people. And seasonal depression is a real thing, and being able to just confirm that by professionals might really give you a sense of clarity and give you a sense of self again. It just feels like there's a missing part of you that you want to gain back and you want to build back, and just know that you can do it, and that you're supported at this time through this eclipse season. And if you fall 100 times, you get back up 101. So don't quit, keep going, you got this. Take the rest when it's needed, because build your strength when it's that's what it feels like, that what you're at right now is building the strength, building who you are, and coming into your passions again in order for you to live the life that you want to live. Yeah, but it feels like a really big rest period. So there's this push and pull and depression and anxiety when it comes to wanting to be productive and being anxious over the future, but knowing that you can't do anything about it right now. Yeah. All you can do is build yourself, build your mental well-being, build your heart space, physically take care of yourself, eat well, get enough exercise, take those baby steps that you need. If it's income that you're worried about, take those baby steps. Work on your resume again. Make a really solid cover letter, and just know that you'll be put in a place that really values you once you start valuing yourself. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna end the reading there. I hope these messages brought you some confirmation, some resonance, some clarity and guidance for you on these life lessons. I know you can do it. Spirit, Mother Gaia especially knows you can do it. I want to say a thank you especially to Mother Gaia for coming out and being a source that I can tap into to channel these grounding messages for you today. I want to thank your guides, my guides, any other spiritual beings around us, and Divine Source, as always, for providing such a beautiful, wonderful space to be in. I hope you are in a space that has more clarity to you and gives you more of stability and more of a motivation for you to live the life the way you want to. Okay. Take care, my loves, and I will see you in the next one.